Good morning, my friends. Here we are on lesson 21. So, beginning our day as we always do with a little bit of quiet time. I invite you to close your eyes down. And as you close your eyes down, allow yourself to settle into your body, allow your body to settle into your seat. And just consciously say, I am grounding, I am settling, I am rooting downwards. You can even press your tailbone down towards the earth. And then beginning to notice your breath, just being present to the in-breath and the out-breath. And then we'll gently tuck our chins in and bow our heads towards our heart as we make our daily statement to the universe. We begin this day in gratitude. We open our hearts and surrender to love. We ask love and light to lead the way through the minutes and the hours of this new day. We welcome joy, fun, and abundant prosperity. We recognize that all encounters are wholesome and that all experiences can be met with a peaceful heart that is anchored in the truth that we are one, we are love, we are free. And we release these words, and so we let it be. Okay, lesson 21. I am determined to see things differently. So obviously this is a follow-on from I am determined to see. So the idea for today is obviously a continuation. Oh, they're saying this already. Is a continuation and an extension of the preceding one. This time, however, specific mind-searching periods are necessary in addition to applying the idea to particular situations as they may arise. 5 practice periods are urged, allowing a full minute for each. In the practice periods, begin by repeating the idea to yourself. Then close your eyes and search your mind carefully for the situations past, present, and anticipated that arouse anger in you. So they're being quite specific. The anger may take the form of any reaction ranging from mild irritation to rage. The degree of the emotion you experience does not matter. You will become increasingly aware that a slight twinge of annoyance is nothing but a veil drawn over intense fury. And I think this is really important. You know, we always recognize where there's anger or there's holding because there's a contraction in the body when we hear a person's name or we see them or we have a memory around them. And you know then that you're holding anger around that particular person. And this is a beautiful opportunity to let go of grievances. And, you know, often we get to see the bigger picture when we ask, can we see things differently? Try, therefore, not to let the little thoughts of anger escape you in the practice periods. Remember that you do not really recognize what arouses anger in you, and nothing that you believe in this connection means anything. So remember, we have given everything all the meaning that it has. You will probably be tempted to dwell more on some situations or persons than on others, on the fallacious grounds that they are more obvious. This is not so. It is merely an example of the belief that some forms of attack are more justified than others. And you can tell immediately that that comes from the ego, you know, where it kind of justifies it. Or for me, I often have this self-righteousness around things, and I believe no matter what, that I am right in certain situations. So it's kind of saying that across the board, that all of this stuff is meaningless. As you search your mind for all the forms in which attack thoughts present themselves, hold each one in mind while you tell yourself. So, I am determined to see mom differently. I am determined to see my business differently. So you're going to specify a situation. I am determined to see money differently, for example. Try to be as specific as possible. You may, for example, focus your anger on a particular attribute of a particular person, believing that the anger is limited to this aspect. If your perception is suffering from this form of distortion, say, I am determined. Okay, so I have written in an example here, which I'm going to give you. I am determined to see control in my mother differently. Okay, so there's a real willingness here to surrender the way you currently see things. There is a real yes to change, to the possibility of living differently, living more peacefully, living more freely. So we're going to take it into practice. Again, we're just going to spend a minute or so, and this is like a return home. This is a return to right-mindedness. This is a return for sure to easier living. Because, there's nothing worse than carrying piles of baggage around with us. And we all do it, but wouldn't it be just lovely to lighten up your load? So I invite you to close your eyes down, search your mind for forms that bug you. Basically, things that irritate you, bother you, bug you, and there'll be things that make you really angry. And we're told to use them all. Every one of them is a perfect example for this exercise. So closing your eyes down. Hmm. When you're ready, gently opening your eyes. I often find when I do these exercises that there are some surprises in there. For example, one of my daughters came into my awareness and there was a mild irritation, and I hadn't even realized it was there, but she just popped into my head. But it's so lovely to say yes to seeing things differently. And also, we can use these exercises and direct them towards ourselves because often our greatest anger is at ourselves. So, this can be around self forgiveness as well and choosing to see the self as different and not harbor any grievances against yourself. So, as well as using it for others, please consider turning this exercise towards yourself. Because remember, what we see within, we see without. Okay, so we're going to close with our meditation. So you're going to do this exercise 4 more times today because 5 is the requirement, and move towards what we call right-mindedness or a healed mind. So let's put it aside now and just have a little quiet meditation, just for a moment or two. When you're ready, you can drop your chin into your chest. Gently open your eyes. Lift your gaze upwards. And I invite you to have a wonderful day. My heart heals. Take care.